Nepal's Prime Minister Pushpakamal Dahal has done it again. What has he done actually? You may be wondering. Well, in the course of 16 months, he had secured a vote of confidence 4 times. Yesterday, he did just that. There were 158 members of the House of Representatives present during yesterday's voting. Of them, 157 lawmakers gave their vote of confidence to the Prime Minister. Of those lawmakers present during voting, only one uh, lawmaker stayed neutral, even as the Nepali Congress and other uh, parties from the opposition bench raised a raucous, reiterating their demand. They tried every bit to just disrupt the voting process, obstruct the voting process. They tried to picket the well and did every bit to prevent the Prime Minister from seeking a vote of confidence. But somehow the Prime Minister once again got a vote of confidence, 157 votes in a 275 member House of Representatives, a comfortable majority in the parliament. If it is like if you want to call it a feat, then so be it. Anyway, it seems that the only important thing that this government seems to be doing is getting a vote of confidence time and time again. This is the fourth time he has secured that crucial vote to stay on in power somehow. We were talking about the main opposition, Nepali Congress's demand. Raising this demand, the Nepali Congress has been obstructing the parliament since the winter session. Now we are in the budget session, but it has been obstructing the parliament for this demand, to press for the fulfillment of this demand. What is that demand? The demand is a parliamentary investigation into this cooperative scam. Who does it involve in particular? The Deputy Prime Minister and Home Minister Ravi Lamishane. He is from the Rashtriya Swatantra Party, one of the parties represented in the current high party coalition. What is the accusations against him? He stands accused of embezzling, funds, depositors' funds deposited in a cooperative. Repeatedly, he has claimed his innocence. He has reiterated his innocence. But like the Congress, it seems it is the main opposition is justified in demanding a parliamentary probe into Deputy Prime Minister Lamishhane's alleged involvement in that fraud. But I don't think it is a good parliamentary practice to disrupt the House proceedings, because the taxpayer pays the money for keeping the House going. So it's like they are getting paid for doing nothing, the lawmakers, at a time when the country is in dire straits, when people are finding it hard to make a living. jobs are scarce, people are fleeing the country in search of, as always, greener pastures abroad. That's a beeline of thousands of people, as per reports, at the country's only international airport. They are desperate to just leave the country, plagued by political instability, corruption, and whatnot, in search of like greener pastures abroad. Uh, at this, even in this dire, like in this grim situation, the only agenda that the main opposition is like pressing forth with is this parliamentary investigation into Deputy Prime Minister Lami Chane's alleged involvement in the cooperative fraud. Also, this crucial vote comes at a time when one of the constituents of the government, Janata Samajwadi Party, Nepal, uh, suffered a vertical split. After that split, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister for Health and Population, Upendra Yadav, a senior leader, uh, quit along with Minister of State for Health and Population, Deepak Karki. They are, Upendra Yadav is the chair of Janata Samajwadi Party Nepal, and Deepak Karki is a leader of the same party. After this stepping down of Yadav and Karki, what happened was like the breakaway faction of the Janata Samajwadi Party Nepal, that is under the leadership of Ashok Rai. That breakaway faction has joined the government. Upendra Yadav quitting the government meant that the Pushpa Kamal Dahal led Upendra Yadav quitting the government meant that the Pushpa Kamal Dahal led government had to seek a vote of confidence once again for the fourth time in a space of just 16 months. This shows how deep is this political instability gripping Nepal. The only focus of the major political parties represented in the parliament, it seems, is to just remain in power somehow at the expense of core concerns of the Nepali people, like jobs, law and order, corruption control, and whatnot. Responding to the Nepali Congress, the main opposition party's strident protest in the parliament when he was seeking a vote of confidence, the Prime Minister, Pushpa Kamal Dahal, accused the main opposition of like flouting democratic norms and values. He accused the main opposition of unparliamentary conduct. He recalled that there was a time when he became the prime minister with support from the main opposition, the Nepali Congress. And now when he is seeking a vote of confidence to retain power, the main opposition is doing every bit to just obstruct the parliament and to prevent him from seeking a vote of confidence. Pushpa Kamal Dahal Prachanda, the Prime Minister, remarked that this incident, this protest against him seeking a vote of confidence, the effort on the part of the Nepali Congress to just prevent him from seeking a vote of confidence will go down in the parliamentary history as a blot. That is what he claimed. At the same time, CPN UML Vice Chair Vishnu Paudel, he asked all the political parties to just work in close coordination for the sake of political stability. And that was his appeal after the government passed the muster. Remember, the CPN UML is a senior partner in this ruling coalition under the leadership of CPN Mao Center Chair Pushpakamal Dahal Prachanda. The CPN Mao Center is the third largest party in the federal parliament, and call it the irony of Nepali politics. He is leading the government, though the people's mandate is for the Nepali Congress to lead the government, because it is the largest party in the federal parliament, as well as all seven, I think, provincial assemblies. But it was the Nepali Congress who propped Dahal, who made Pushpakamal Dahal Prachanda the Prime Minister. Call it the compulsion of parliamentary politics, and call it the irony of Nepali politics, whatever you want to call it. But this is the situation. The third largest party in the federal parliament is leading the government, whereas the largest party in the parliament who had the mandate to run the government is in the opposition bench. There will come a time, I guess, when the Nepali Congress itself will have to explain to the people, when it goes to them to seek a vote, to seek a popular mandate. Why did it choose to remain in the opposition, though the people had given it the mandate to run a government? At this point, I am not saying that these parties are squeaky clean. I'm not saying that they are not corrupt to the core. In fact, in several of my presentations, I have described our political leaderships, our political leaders, the leaders of the main political parties as some sort of warlords. But the people, they have no option but to just select from what's on offer. I think in every democratic setup, the people choose the best from among the worst. But in the case of Nepali politics, even that maxim may not stand, because, at the end of the day, like as they say, the hungry people are easily led. People are brainwashed, they are kind of lured to vote for a certain party, and just there are many people who vote based on inducements on offer. So what we get is the worst kind of leadership to run this beautiful country with a huge potential in terms of water resources, in terms of other natural resources, in terms of its uh, cool climes, in terms of friendly people, in terms of its important geopolitical and geostrategic location. We were talking about the fourth vote of confidence that the Prime Minister Pushpakamal Dahal recently got. Let's look back into the house. Pushpa Kamal, the house, triced with this vote of confidence, a bit of history to look back to. On January 10, 2023, Prime Minister Pushpa Kamal Dahal won 260 votes in the floor test. At that time, 2 votes went against Dahal. Then came another vote of confidence that was on March 20, 2023. That was when the CPN-UML withdrew support to Dahal government. Obviously, Dahal had to undergo yet another floor test. He secured 172 votes in favor of his government and 89 votes against his government. Then on March 4, 2024, the Nepali Congress withdrew support to his government. Pushpa Kamal Dahal again joined hands with the CPN-UML and other parties on that day. He secured 157 votes in favor of his government. After a vertical split in Janata Samajwadi Party Nepal and the formation of JSP, Janata Samajwadi Party, under Ashok Rai, Pushpa Kamal Dahal underwent the floor test once again. He secured 157 votes in favor of his government. That is a brief history of the floor tests he has endured. With this, we come to the end of today's soft talk. We request you to subscribe to this channel because we are trying every bit to be your true voice. We are trying to promote citizen journalism. Comment on our presentation and press that like button if it touches your hearts and minds. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening.